Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you just some things I've been kind of dealing with. I've really been struggling lately with my health. So I wanted to share some things that I thought may help somebody out that I have figured out with my health journey. That way somebody else may happen across this and be able to help figure something out with their health struggles as well. As many of you know, I am on the carnivore diet, and here lately I have been absolutely struggling. I have no energy, my weight loss has stalled, I'm shaky, fatigued, it's bad. So here in a few days, it will be a month since we started carnivore diet. That's crazy to me. I still absolutely love this diet. That isn't my problem, believe it or not. We are eating whole foods, lots of protein, lots of fat, and I am absolutely loving it. We have challenged ourselves. We've gone out on a date night. Tommy's at a conference this week, and so it's just been kind of interesting challenging ourselves to figure out how to navigate menus and doing different things and trying new things, and that's been a real interesting thing to try. But the challenge for me has been that lately I haven't felt the greatest. My big disclaimer here is don't get your medical advice from YouTube. Always seek help from a medical professional. However, you do know your body, so if something doesn't feel right, always get help. Please, 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 because you're the first line defense. Your doctor doesn't know what you're feeling and won't know unless you tell them. So since January, I have been taking OZEMPIC. It is a pen for diabetes that also has the benefit of weight loss. I am insulin resistant, which means that my body doesn't use insulin correctly. And so it was a bonus for me that it would also help with weight loss, but the big thing was to get my insulin resistance back into control and to help my body use the insulin correctly. Because insulin resistance, if left unchecked, can lead to type 1 diabetes, and that's the last thing that I want to be dealing with, or even type 2 diabetes, neither of which would be fun. And so I wanted to go ahead and give it a chance. I had previously taken it, went off of it when we went full-blown keto the first time, and so now I wanted to go back on it and really give it a fair shot. Just like with any type of dietary change or medication change, I decided to use this as a tool for weight loss and to better my life. I knew this is not a wonder drug. Please don't take it as that. It seems like everybody on the internet is taking this medication for various reasons. So I wanted to use this as a tool. It was going to take that and dietary change and lifestyle change to make a difference, and I know that. So when I started the shot, I was at 280 pounds. When I went to my doctor's appointment on Monday, I weighed in at 239 pounds, so I'm at about a 41-pound weight loss, which is fantastic. But that also means that some of my medications are going to be needing to be adjusted, and one of those is the OZEMPIC shot. So a few weeks ago, I really started kind of noticing that I'm shaky all the time, really feeling fatigued, just kind of ran down, and then one morning I woke up with a headache, and for me that's been really kind of unusual because I'm a chronic migraine sufferer. I have preventative migraine medication that has my migraines and headaches in general completely in control. So when I woke up with a headache, I thought that was very strange. So I said, it's either my electrolytes or maybe my blood sugar, one of the two, because something just didn't feel right. So before I drank any electrolytes, I decided to take my sugar, and it was 70, which is really low, especially for me. I normally wake up right at about 100, and so for me to be that low was not good. So I immediately got something to eat, started feeling better, my headache went away. I also made some electrolytes just to make sure that it wasn't that as well, and things like that, and just went on. Well, a few days later, I just decided to check in on my sugar a couple hours after my meal, just to see kind of if that was a fluke occurrence or if it was happening regularly. And about 2 hours after breakfast, my blood sugar was reading at 65. So it explained why I was feeling a little bit foggy and a little bit tired. I didn't have a headache that time, but it concerned me if 2 hours after I ate a pretty substantial breakfast, what is my blood sugar doing every day of the week? So I began to regularly monitor it. And I was noticing that my blood sugar was consistently being in the low 70s, upper 60s, and no matter what I was trying, I couldn't get it to come up to my normal level range, or even into the 80s where I would feel comfortable and have a little bit of energy. And with OZEMPIC, one of the side effects is appetite suppressant. And that's wonderful, because before Ozempic, I was hungry all the time. I don't care how much fiber and vegetables I ate. I don't care how healthy I ate. I don't care how much water I drank. I was constantly hungry. And that is so hard to fight when you're trying to lose weight. With PCOS, I can look at any type of food and gain weight, and it was frustrating. So for this appetite suppressant, I was like, yeah, great. But now it's to the point that on average, I can only eat about 3 or 4 ounces of food per meal. And I started tracking my food when I started carnivore to make sure that I was getting enough calories, because as a female, you need about 1,200 calories for hormone balance and to prevent muscle loss. So I didn't want to affect my hormones and things like that. Well, I was noticing that I was averaging between 550 calories and 650 calories. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't eat past that. When I would eat past that, it would make me physically sick. So I was even eating things like butter on top of my ribeye steak to increase my calorie intake. I was eating more high-fat carnivore than just high-protein carnivore. I switched to only fattier cuts. I cut chicken completely out for a little bit, just trying to navigate that, and it wasn't getting my intake high enough. Because when I eat a meal on Ozempic, where I currently was, I feel like I went to my grandma's house, got the paper platters at Thanksgiving, heaping full, got 2 of those on just the main dishes, and haven't even touched the dessert plate or dessert table yet. And that's how full I was. And that's not good. I need to be able to eat to maintain weight loss and health and energy, things like that. So my weight loss is stalled, my energy is stalling, just not feeling good, my sugars were crashing, all of those things. So Monday when I went to my doctor, I said, I think we need to back down my Ozempic pen just a little bit. So we decided together to reduce my intake on that. So I'm hoping that that will help balance that out. But I just wanted to kind of share with you some of my struggles, because it's made it really hard to produce content and have the energy to even think about even doing normal daily functions and keep up with everyday things. Even cooking a meal was starting to get difficult because I would get worn out because my sugar would start crashing. I figured out that one of the symptoms of low sugar is tingling in my hands and feet. When I was thinking it was low electrolytes, I'm thinking now that it might have been actually my body telling me that my sugar was starting to crash. Things like that. To help with my low sugar, I've started keeping things like cheese cubes, grass-fed meat sticks, things like that, pretty readily available no matter where I'm at. I've got something that I can grab so that when my sugar starts going down, I kind of started noticing the signs a lot more. That way I can snack on something just to level out my sugars before they drop too low. And that way, because normally when you have low sugar, they tell you to eat something sweet. Well, I can't do that because I don't want to have what's called reactive hypoglycemia, where your sugar rises really fast and then drops even lower. So I'm just trying to slowly raise it, and I don't want to bounce off of the carnivore diet. But just little things like that. If you're on Ozempic or things like that, please know your symptoms of hypoglycemia, because with you having been diabetic, the chances are that you might start experiencing low sugar with these medications. That is what they're intended for, is to start lowering your sugars. So, dizziness, feeling fatigued, tingling in your hands and feet, feeling foggy, feeling kind of confused, headaches, hunger, things like that. Check your sugars regularly. Do it over the span of a couple days. See what your trending range is. So know about what you should be a couple hours after a meal, what your fasting sugar is, just so that you can get a good balance and know better when things are changing. And the biggest piece of advice I have, don't be afraid to talk to your doctor and say, hey, this is going on. I'm concerned, it's making me feel this way, because they can't help what they don't know about. I'm gonna have a link down in the comments for a good resource to the list of symptoms for low blood sugar, and my list of items that I keep kind of handy for snacks for carnivore for low blood sugar, so that you know what you can have to help bring it up. I know today's video was a little bit shorter, but I just wanted to kind of share my heart with you and what I've been kind of dealing with and struggling with. I will see you on Tuesday for our next video. Until then, bye.